Hello, everybody, and welcome in to Summit. This is technically a mastermind, but this is kind of our first episode where we're kind of getting to know each other and kind of letting you know who we are and what we're about and what to expect and all that fun stuff. With me, as always, is my friend, Katie Lawrence, who lives in the mountains, and I'm not jealous at all. Katie, how are you doing today?
I'm doing so well. Welcome to the first episode of Summit. This is so exciting. Yeah, I'm really happy to be here. Anson and I were doing this mastermind within our brokerage, and we thought, why not share this to a larger audience? We're having so many good real estate professionals. We're having great real estate investors, agents on sharing all of the goodness. So we wanted to bring it to you. So that's why we are here.
That's true. And like Katie said, I mean, we're both EXP agents, but we're also investors, and we'll talk about that here in a second. But we were trying to do this internally. We had a few dozen inside that group. We had probably like 6 dozen inside that group. And then like the infrastructure for those groups are going away, and so it was like time for a transition anyways. And we thought, we've talked to some great lenders and coaches and pretty much everything in between, and talk about our experience and our deals and things like that. Why not, have this out to a broader audience who, can pick it up and watch, 30, 40 minutes and, pick up some great tips on either agent things or investor things, because we're both of those things. So,
Oh,
Katie, you
absolutely.
want to tell us about like your background and, your deals and whatever else you want to tell us about?
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm Katie Lawrence. I have lived in Colorado for 11 years. I was in the Arvada area. My husband and I were doing fix and flips. We decided about almost 2 years ago now to move up to Fraser. So we still own some properties in the Front Range in the Arvada area, very close to Old Town Arvada, if you're familiar with that area. But our lifestyle brought us up to the mountains. I still have clients down there. We still invest down there. I myself, am a advocate for financial independence with real estate. So that's really my jam. I'm an Airbnb superhost who now also helps other owners kind of set up their short-term rentals. Fraser Winter Park area is a great area for short-term rentals and mid-term rentals. So that's something that I'm kind of digging into now that I'm here in the mountains and helping people basically build wealth through real estate. So that's my story. Anson,
Yeah.
let's hear a
And
little
you're
bit
leading by
about you.
example. Yeah, right. You're leading by example, which, not every agent invests. And so if you're looking, to do short-term rentals in the mountains, why not talk to somebody who's doing it and can help you, which is awesome. But yeah, my name is Anson Young. I am an agent and investor here in Denver. I'm born and raised in Denver. There's like 3 of us left, and we all have coffee every Tuesday, which is nice. But and I've been licensed since 2007. I did my first real estate deal, investor deal in 2005. Um, Historically, I've been a fix and flip and wholesaler, outside of doing agent things. And 2 years ago, I switched over using my deal finding skills to go and find deals in 3 markets out of state where we're doing BRRRR properties. So buy, repair, rent, renovate, or excuse me, renovate, rent,
Pete.
refinance, and then repeat. And so, the goal there is to get your money back out of those deals and recycle it into the next deal. And that's what we're doing in those markets. And locally, I'm still wholesaling here and there if a deal comes across my desk, and obviously doing agent things. And so, um, yeah, that's a bit of my background.
I think it's so cool because that's how actually I found Anson. I was stalking him
Mm,
on Bigger Pockets, and he was doing a lot of the things that my husband and I were
mm,
doing, fixing and flipping, investing. So before I became a full-time real estate professional and agent, we were in contact, and I was thinking about becoming an agent, and it made EXP makes a lot of sense for me. We can dig into that in another episode, but
for
it
sure.
just we've both done a lot of different things, which I think lends to this channel. I think, again, there's not one way to do real estate, right? There's a lot of different ways. And I
Yeah.
think we've dabbled in a lot of that, and made it
Yeah.
work. And along those journeys, we've had to pivot and had to, switch strategies. So again, I think Anson brings a breadth of knowledge. So I'm really pumped to be doing this with you.
Yeah, for sure. And our we're going to be posting a lot of our things that we had internally, so it's new to you basically. Interviews and episodes where we're talking about a certain subject. And then about once a month we'll have a new episode that looks like this, and we'll be talking about new things or relevant things from there. And of course, if you have any suggestions on what you would like to hear from us, or you have any questions, please let us know, because kind of the feedback and questions and the things that you want to hear about are important. So we would love to talk about those things or address those things and go from there. So we would love to see this community grow, and people be involved, of course, and tune in and learn and not be upsold or anything crazy like that. We're trying to keep this low key and transparent and information, and you know uh two real investors and agents who are just talking about business and everything
Yeah.
inside the real estate world. So yeah, that's and I know that Katie has kind of a focus on the channel and kind of the ethos, or I guess mission statement is probably too corporate, but but kind of the feel, the vibes of the channel.
Yeah. So, really, with this channel, we're here to educate, we're here to inform, entertain, share what's worked for us, share what's not worked for us, share
Mm,
information that we are finding relevant and useful, and just passing it over and hoping that it will inform your own real estate journey. Or if you're not even sure if you want to get into real estate, like Anson said, we're all about transparency, we're all about sharing the information that we have, inviting more knowledgeable people on to share that information. So whether you're buying, selling, investing, or really just curious, you're in the right place, and let's summit.
yeah, I exactly. That's I couldn't say that any better. Awesome. Well, I think we covered everything for our intro kind
We
of
did it.
episode, and we nailed it. So nailed it. We can call that perfect, and we'll definitely see everybody in the next ones. And of course, we're going to be available to reply to comments or anything that you have, and go from there. So, welcome to Summit, and Katie, thank you for you know going on this journey with us.
Anson, thank you. Looking forward to it.
All right, guys. We'll see you in the next one.